Hello everyone, and Merry Christmas to everybody. Here in Northern California in the Bay Area, it's kind of cold and rainy, but we are looking forward to a wonderful Christmas Eve. Our boys will be coming home soon, and since this is an Indian American household here, we decided to give it a little bit of a change by preparing North Indian pakora curry and chawal for dinner, along with some tawa sabzi with karela, potatoes, bhindi, and some parathas. But those recipes some other time. Today I'll be showing you how to make the North Indian pakora curry and chawal. A little bit of a history on this pakora curry. My father was based in Kanpur for 4 years, but I grew up in Bombay. And those of you who are from Bombay, you know that it's a very, very multicultural environment and we are exposed to all kinds of foods. But in 1981, when my father was in Kanpur, I was visiting there and we were invited to a wedding of one of his colleagues' sons. And I will tell you, the North Indian food in Kanpur is definitely different than the North Indian food in Bombay. The North Indian curry and chawal and Amritsari chole that I had that day, I've never had in my life. And from that day, I have been wanting to duplicate that recipe of North Indian curry. And I think I've done a fairly good job of it. So let's now focus on all the ingredients for the North Indian pakora curry. And here we have a quart of buttermilk, and you could take a full fat or a low fat buttermilk. We have besan, half cup, salt, 2.5 teaspoons or to taste, haldi powder, 1 teaspoon, red chili powder, half teaspoon, green chili, 1 chili quartered, ginger, 3/4 inch cut into pieces. We have the ingredients for the pakoras here, which is 5-ounce spinach, which is chopped and kept ready, 1.5 cup of besan, 1 cup of oil for frying, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and 3/4 teaspoon of garam masala. We have the ingredients for the baghar here, the seasoning, and that's 1 tablespoon to 1.5 tablespoon of oil. I've taken 1.5 tablespoon. 2 whole red chilies broken into pieces, 1.5 teaspoon mustard, 1.5 teaspoon jeera, hing 1/4 teaspoon, and red chili powder 1/2 teaspoon. We will now proceed with making the curry. And for that, we will be taking the besan and we'll add 1 cup of water to it. And we are going to blend it with a hand blender. And we'll whisk it together. And this is ready. So we are now going to take a big stock pot. We are going to add all the ingredients for the curry in there. Along with 3 more cups of water, and we are going to bring it to a boil. Yes. I'm now going to show you how to make the pakoras. And here we have the besan. And we add 1/2 cup of water to it, or as much as needed. Let us see. And then we are going to whisk it with the hand mixer. And whisk it till it is quite light. Now while the curry is simmering, we will start getting ready for the pakoras, and we whisk the batter for about 3 to 4 minutes on high till it feels light and little bit fluffy, and then we add the spinach, the salt and the garam masala and mix it up really well. So now this is ready, and we are going to fry the pakoras in 1 cup of oil. Now this is not going to be as oily as you think it will be. The amount of oil that it absorbs is very little, and we'll dry it out on paper towels. So we'll first heat the oil on high. And once it is heated, we'll start frying the pakoras. The oil is now hot and we are ready to fry the pakoras. It will be kind of a loose batter, and that's fine because we want soft pakoras. And we are going to put 3 or 4 pakoras at a time and fry it on low to medium. And it will take a little bit of couple of minutes, and we'll finish frying all the pakoras. The pakoras are now ready. This makes about 15 to 16 pakoras. Just make sure to keep the temperature even, and you might have to keep shifting it from high to medium to low. And we have these wonderful pakoras. We completely squeeze out the oil in the paper towels, and the curry is simmering nicely. It's ready to go. And if you want to simmer the curry for a longer time, which might add good flavor, add a little bit more water. But for now, I think this curry is perfectly done, and we are also ready to start finishing off the chawal curry, the pakora curry. And we are going to do the baghar. Let's set up the curry in the bowl. We'll put the oil for the baghar. We are going to put the curry in a nice bowl. Just when the oil is starting to warm up, we'll add the red chilies. Let it get done a little bit. When it feels a bit roasted or fried and the oil seems nice and warm again, we are going to add the mustard seeds and the jeera. And we stir it a little bit. The mustard seeds seem like they are just starting to crackle, so we are going to add the jeera. While this is happening, we are going to put all the pakoras in the curry. Stir it up a little bit. The seasoning is almost done. We are going to turn it off. Once the mustard seeds are done crackling, I'm going to bring it off. We are going to add the hing and finally the chili powder, and we are going to pour it on the curry with a spoon. And here the curry is done. We are going to garnish it with some kothmir or cilantro. And here is your fantastic North Indian curry ready to go. Hope you will enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. We are now going to quickly show you how to make the basmati rice, and we'll proceed with that soon. Here is the jeera rice to go with the pakora curry. We have 1 cup of basmati rice, 1 teaspoon of ghee, clarified butter, and 2 teaspoons of jeera. We are now going to wash this rice about 2 or 3 times till the water is not cloudy. Because once the water is not cloudy, all the starch is gone and we'll be able to get every grain separate in the rice. So I'm going to wash it now 2 or 3 times. Here we are ready to make the rice. We put the ghee, the 1 teaspoon of clarified butter. I prefer to take a flat frying pan because that gives a more even grains of the rice and they turn out nice and separate. When you take a deep pot, the rice gets broken up. So once this is a little bit hot, the clarified butter, we are going to add the 2 teaspoons of jeera. If you like less jeera, you can reduce the amount, but the flavor comes out nice for jeera rice this way. And we are going to roast it just for a little bit. We'll then add the rice, which was washed 2 or 3 times. It's also a good idea to soak the rice for 15 or 20 minutes. That's also a nice way to do it. Right now we have not soaked it. We are doing it straight up, but we can soak the rice, kind of, stir the rice nicely. Once it has been nicely sauteed, we add 1.5 cups of hot water. This is 1.5 cups of hot water. Bring it to a boil. This rice is rather quick and it turns out really nice. Once it comes to a boil, we are going to turn it on low, cover it and cook it for 10 minutes. And the rice is ready. The center part is also boiling now. And that's what we were looking for. We are going to turn it on low, cover it and cook it for 10 minutes.
Go.
Okay, so the rice is ready. Just to recap, we took 1 cup of rice, washed it 2 or 3 times till the water was not cloudy, soak it for 15 to 20 minutes, take 1 teaspoon of ghee, heat it, roast the strained rice for a couple of minutes, add 1.5 cups of hot water, let it come to a boil, put it on low, cover, cook it for 10 minutes and stop. Let it sit like that for 5 minutes and then you can fluff up the rice and you have this beautiful basmati jeera rice to eat with your curry. Thank you very much. Enjoy your dinner. See you next time.